Hey everyone, thanks for coming out again. I always say that, but I'm going to say it again. Now, I have the same model up here, but we're going to do something a little different. That's what I love about statistics, right? It's always changing and it's always making it easier for us. And we're going to do making it easier so we don't have to re-level. But I'm going to go over the regression analysis first because this is the meat of the class. The question is, according to that reading you did earlier, essentially, why do civil wars last so long? So you're looking at this, and if there is no statistical significance, this is one of the causes why civil wars. It's just basically everyone's killing everyone and no one gets the upper hand, so they end up lasting a long, long time. And this confirms that theory. But what I want to do too is really stress, I already uploaded and attached this document, but if you look, this is a pretty expansive data set. This is what's new with this class. So a lot of people might say, you know, what's new in life? Well, artificial intelligence. So like that whole Gotham that you already saw, they would be taking a look at all. Look at this massive data set. This is exactly what artificial intelligence is doing. They'll take all this information, right? These are the departments in Colombia. These are the municipalities. This is the lugar, place, etc. And this is the type. And these are the victims. So you're looking at all this. These are the days. This is the year. They can actually take all of this information, right? Look at all the data points, 1,633, and say, oh, okay, this is where most of the conflict's happening. Okay, so we're gonna, for decision-making purposes, we're going to, you know, put all the tanks, all the weaponry over there, or we're gonna start using drones in this area, etc. And then we're gonna identify people using imagery to hit certain people in this area. This is what artificial intelligence is doing. It uses this GIS. It's using mapping. It's using all of this data to its advantage. Now, we understand this now, I hope, through RR Studio. If you look at Foundry of Palantir, you actually still use this. So it's not going away anytime soon because they need people to read the data and understanding what's going on. So if we want to just run simple regression, look at how easy, this is why it's not going away, it's easy. Look at how easy this code is. We just hit bam, and then we do a summary. See, war, it's a party. And as we saw before in the other video that's a little longer, tipo fuerza paramilitaries, it's not statistically significant, confirming the theory that civil wars last longest because Colombia was the longest civil war in Latin American history, attributable to the kill chain that everyone's killing everyone and no one's getting the upper hand, essentially. So you have this, but we're only comparing fuerza and paramilitaries. I explained in the other video all of what this means to, let's see, tipo, to the FARC, because A, B, C, D, E, F, A, FARC comes before fuerza and military. Remember, fuerza is like the police, paramilitaries are kind of linked to the police, helping killing these guerrillas, the FARC. And then the FARC is over here. So you've got, is the base. So you have that. But let's take a look really quick at something which is very, very interesting. Again, a means. So what we have here is all we have to do, easy code. Dying over here with COVID. Kidding. This was COVID's over, isn't it? So all we have to do is put war. And now pairwise, because we're pairing these up, you're gonna write it out. And now you just use tipo right there. And boom, we all of a sudden have it. So let's take the magic pen and we can easily see. So this is the FARC and Fuerza, right? There's no statistical significance. So FARC relates to this T ratio, not very high, and this p-value relative to fuerza, that's the police force. Then we see FARC here, minus on the paramilitaries, I'm surprised here, and negative T ratio, but still not statistically significant. So then we see fuerza, the police force, vis-a-vis paramilitary. It looks like paramilitaries, you're more likely to be killed by them, even though in the other one you saw the Gigi plot, there's a lot more killing by one group, but statistically speaking, you're still not more likely because it depends on how many you have, generally speaking. And here, that is data points up here, you see fuerza and paramilitaries not statistically significant because it's not below 0.05. Now, that doesn't mean there's not practical value just because they're not statistically significant. But what's interesting, in my opinion, about this is that these are not statistically significant. So we're just matching these different attributes of TPO, FARC versus paramilitaries, fuerza versus FARC, fuerza versus paramilitaries. So we're seeing and comparing each group, and they're not statistically significant for each kill chain, which means you're just as likely to get killed by FARC, fuerza, paramilitaries, regardless, meaning there's no one group getting the upper hand. And I want you to be able to run this yourself. And if you're able to, you should be very impressed with yourself, because a lot of people can't do this. They're doing it in the graduate students. This is my personal data set, so this isn't something they're using in graduate school. But if you are able to run this, we are definitely going to put this on, well, you're supposed to be able to run it on your resume, etc. Even if you don't like statistics, you'll never take a statistics course again. You're going to write how you worked for a professor, how you took this advanced research methods course, how it made you a more analytical person, etc. So that's very, very important to understand. So I want you to be able to run this, and in one of the discussion board posts, you're going to upload what you ran. Now, this is very important, and this is exactly what artificial intelligence is collecting all of this massive data in order for them to make better choices. So when I see your debates, remember it has to be recorded, it's going to be really interesting, because I'm really interested in what you think of the pros and cons of artificial intelligence related to national security. You can do your own research on that debate, and you can draw upon Gotham, etc. And then you have a response debate to someone who focused more on the pro or on the con. That this is to be more student centric. So thanks everyone for coming out. This is a big important part of the course, understanding conflict using data science.